Hi y'all. Good morning. Yes, good morning. So we are still in the book of Job. It's taking a bit long for me to get to the book of Job, but it's okay. Well, and the thing is, I'm reading. I'm just not recording the videos. It's been quite eventful few days. Um, yeah. So we're gonna keep pushing through though the videos, best I can. But yeah, we are in Jamaica actually. So we got some Jamaica content coming soon too, which would be nice. Taking a break from the States. And yeah, I'll give y'all all that later. But yeah, so we're in the book of Job. My Bible here. So with chapter 8, I was actually reading this chapter out of my She Reads Truth Bible, which is the Christian Standard Bible. Christian Standard Version. Yeah. So I also took notes on what I put in that, but we're going to read it from this Bible. Okay. So, Job 8. Then Bildad the Shunammite replied to Job, "How long will you go on like this? You sound like a blustering wind. Does God twist justice? Does the Almighty twist what is right? Your children must have sinned against him, so their punishment was well deserved. But if you pray to God and seek the favor of the Almighty, and if you are pure and live with integrity, he will surely rise up and restore your happy home. And though you started with little, you will end with much. Just as the previous generation, pay attention to the experience of our ancestors. For we were born but yesterday and know nothing. Our days on earth are as fleeting as a shadow. But those who came before us will teach you. They will teach you the wisdom of old. Can papyrus reeds grow tall without a marsh? Can marsh grass flourish without water? While they are still flowering, not ready to be cut, they begin to wither more quickly than grass. The same happens to all who forget God. The hopes of the godless evaporate. Their confidence hangs by a thread. They are leaning on a spider's web. They cling to their home for security, but it won't last. They try to hold it tight, but it will not endure. The godless seem like a lush plant growing in the sunshine, its branches spreading across the garden. Its roots grow down through a pile of stones. It takes hold on a bed of rocks. But when it is uprooted, it's as though it never existed. That's the end of its life, and others spring up from the earth to replace it. But look, God will not reject a person of integrity, nor will he lend a hand to the wicked. He will once again fill your mouth with laughter and your lips with shouts of joy. Those who hate you will be clothed with shame, and the home of the wicked will be destroyed. And that's Job 8. So within this Bible, this is what I said regarding this chapter. Seek God no matter what your situation looks like. It's important to have wise counsel, people in your corner who are of God, who have experience with life and their walk with God. Wise counsel. Without God, nothing is possible. Then I also said no firm foundation in Christ equals no life. And then I also said the strength and power of God, because I said here, God will write in verse 6, and if you are pure and live with integrity, he will surely rise up and restore your happy home. Yeah, and then let me just check my phone. I took a picture of what I said in my other Bible. So I said, verse 3, where it says, does God pervert justice? Does the Almighty pervert what is right? Trust. So right here I said trust/go against justice. So God doesn't do that. And then 5, but if you earnestly seek God and ask the Almighty for mercy. 6, if you are pure and upright, then he will move even now on your behalf and restore the home where your righteousness dwells, is what I said. So I said calling and trusting on God despite what it looks like, despite what you're going through, despite what's happening around you. And then verse 7, then even if your beginnings were modest, your final days will be full of prosperity, starting with little and with much. That's what this one says. 15. He leans on his web, but it doesn't stand firm. He grabs it, but it does not hold up. So with this, I said, leaning on your own understanding, perishing equals perishing, struggles, hardship. And then verse 18, if he is uprooted from his place, it will deny knowing him, saying, I never saw you. So I said, no foundation, you will not make it. So if you do not put your foundation or have a strong foundation and trust in God, you will not make it. And then the last 20 to 22, I said, God will restore all that was lost and destroyed. Evildoers who plot against you, God will restore all that was lost and destroyed from the evildoers that plotted against you. Okay. That's what I said. I kind of already discussed the verses that stood out to me. I'm going to just see if I missed anything. So yeah, that is Job 8, y'all. Please share in the comments what verses stood out to you in Job 8. And what you got from Job 8. His friends are still kind of like dragging him because they're like not really believing him that he didn't do nothing or his family didn't do anything. But they're really like dragging him. Like verse 2, it says, how long will you go on like this? You sound like a blustering wind. Like that's mean to say to somebody that's going through. Verse 9, for we were born but yesterday and know nothing. Our days on earth are as fleeting as a shadow. It's just, with that verse, it's just a reminder that we don't always have tomorrow. We always assume we have tomorrow, but every day that the Lord puts breath into every second the Lord puts breath into our bodies is a blessing. So it's like you don't know how long you have on this earth, you know. So like it says, it's fleeting. Like we're not as fleeting as a shadow. You know how fast a shadow come and go. Like we're not meant to be here forever, and nor do we know how long we're going to be here. Our days are numbered, and only the Lord knows. So it's just important to just remember that when you are faced with anything too, because it's like it really reminds me, what is that book? What's that book in the Bible? It just talks about how everything is meaningless. Like it all means nothing. Like I think I talked about it before. I can't remember. Like I said, I've been going through it lately. I don't remember. What book is that? Where it just says everything is meaningless. Like I need to read that book again because like it's true. Like all this stuff that we are working so hard and striving for, when the priority needs to be God, because the end goal needs to be in heaven with Jesus. Like and of course bringing people to Christ, so that my favorite thing to say is like make heaven crowded, you know, like bringing people to Christ. Instead of all this other stuff that the world makes it seem like it's a big idea. You're stressing, worried, depressed, and all the other stuff going on, but it's like that stuff is not of God. Just give it to God and just continue to be in your word and in prayer. I know, easier said than done, because like I said, I'm going through it too. But this break that I'm on, I'm really trying to just focus on my family and the Lord and draw closer to Him. And I pray that He speaks to me so that I know what my next moves need to be. Because I don't want to be doing nothing outside of God's will. Like, I'm not trying to miss out on nothing that God has for me. Okay? But yeah. I pray y'all have a great, great day. And I pray that y'all are able to get into the book of Job with me. Alright, y'all. God bless. Bye.